Well, hello everybody. We're going to have a good talk before I do part 2 tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on our UN resolution development as we go through prior UN resolutions that tie in to what we're going to build together publicly. And then we're going to submit to the UNSC P5. We already know one member is going to absolutely present it, but there's more, and it would be nice to win all 5. But going into that, there's another big event coming up, World Constitution Day. The CCP is sponsoring that event. We have world experts from USA. We got professionals coming in who go around the USA, and they play the part of founding fathers. They've been doing this. They're excellent at it. Constitutional experts. We have world-renowned academics from many countries coming on board. All who join that day from us in Barrie, Ontario, we're going to have our segment as well too, recorded, put in the history books with that. And we're going to get into this now. Faith over fear. Faith over fear. And what is Canada's problem? Why is it no academic, no justice in Canada wants to come forward on the written word constitutionalism? What I've coined the big C, it's not really what I've coined. I'm the first to bring it forward in Canadian history. That's what the CCP party is. Very much the opposite of communism. It's giving the power to the people in real rules of governance, how to govern, and absolute accountability of all those you would elect. Limiting the small c, meaning the power of no written rules for your politicians. And in Canada, like quite a few what I call rogue General Assembly states, 70% of them in fact, they run on small c constitutionalism, meaning there's no real rules of government, very limited written rules. In fact, what we call codification, meaning how you're to be governed. And in Canada, no academic comes forward on World Constitution Day ever because we're not a free country. Our academics, our lawyers, our justices just can't come forward because they risk having to tell all of you that there are no rules of governance, that quite frankly, all lawyers and justices must swear an oath to the politician. They call it the crown. But that's not Queen Elizabeth II. That's just an image. A big, fat lie. Sold to Canadians for 70 years. All of those going through my modules are learning, quite frankly, that Canada doesn't follow international law at all. They're not an ally, really, at all. They're in NATO. They're in Five Eyes. But what does that really mean? They don't even fund it anymore. And years after years, we get president after president saying, Canada, step up to the plate, assume the place you were at. A lot of Canadians don't realize we were kicked out of the UNSC for the first time since its inception. First time since its inception, we were kicked out. Almost 80 years because we helped develop the UN. We were back to 1941. We've always been a part of that up until 2008. Canada is no longer the country the Allies thought they were. We're banned. Trudeau couldn't even get a successful vote. I did campaign to the UNSC not to allow Canada's seat, but the damage is quite clear with UNSC as to what Canada is, and they won't allow them to come back. The world won't allow them to come back. Everyone's voting against Canada. Now, why is that? Well, things like World Constitution Day. Now, the most democratic nations in the world are those that are in absolute big C codification right now, like Brazil. Brazil's bringing forward many academic experts. You can check the link in the last post I made. You can look at all the speakers and research who they are, what they are from their country. Their countries all sponsor them, as Joe Biden sponsored this event. I sponsored this event for Canada. No other political party would sponsor this event. I wonder why that is. Why is that? Oh, because we don't want to talk about countries that give the power to the people. That would be a bad thing because Canada doesn't do that. In fact, we have very little big C codification, very small amount. But what is codified in Canada is the absolute power to usurp all democracy by whomever you've elected. You give them absolute autocratic authority over you. They don't need to use parliament. All premiers absolutely do not have to use legislatures. You've all seen it throughout COVID. Look how much has been done absent of any legislature whatsoever. They just go about and do whatever they want. They have ministers do whatever they want. A lot of people are upset. We watched religion get thrown away, complete garbage, even though that's not international law. But moving past that Constitutional Day, we're going to have a number of speakers. I have to work on that as well, too, after work. We got to work on that for the rest of the week. Many experts. I don't have any in Canada. It's all regular folks from Canada, regular people in the CCP. We're going to talk about a number of key issues. They're important. They're going to be a part of our platform. Things all Canadians need to know. And just so you know, everybody, this is going to be with the Democrats and Republicans logged forever. It's going to be logged in world academia, absolutely through the United States of America. It's going to be through Switzerland, their government, through all their academics, Ukraine, the list goes on and on, Poland. It's going to go on and on and on. Many academics around the world. We don't even have a full list yet, but we know 5 major countries, all fully democratic, are preparing, presenting. We have a list of some of the greatest minds in the world already. You can go look at that. And of course, we have Barrie, Ontario, and the barbecue. We haven't rolled out any names. I'm still waiting for 2 more lawyers. Kind of a last chance, but to tell all Canadians, all lawyers and all justices in Canada swear an oath to that crown. And to come forward, they risk, do you believe it? In a supposedly free and democratic nation, they risk having their bars suspended here in Canada. That is Canada. That's our corrupt system. We are absolutely worse than China. Not even comparable to Russia. We're way worse, regardless of everybody focusing on Putin and his one-party system. That's just the federal side. It's about rights and freedoms and the power of the people. Before everybody goes off half-cocked, there are 85 regional constitutions in Russia with a division of powers like Canada. Canada has none, meaning you, the people, have 0 civil rights. I repeat, 0 civil rights that are usurped anytime a politician wants. We have clear history of no clear track record of following any human rights whatsoever. And the Charter is subject to whatever the politicians want to force you to do through amending your civil rights until you give up your Charter rights. So we really don't have any rights in Canada. Politicians make you buy them every election. How much will you donate to get your rights? And even still, a lot of the times, foreign interests come along and you get swept aside. Your rights go out the window in the garbage. We're going to give a tremendous presentation. You're going to hear all about First Nations from First Nations, what that's all about. You're going to hear from world experts on all these issues too. You'll be able to pick your times, your rooms, your forums. And I recommend you all get involved. Check out all the different time slots. But of course, our 1 hour time slot with our speakers. Come join it because it is live in Barrie, Ontario. No cuts, no takes, no nothing. It's live, it's real, just like I always do it. It will be recorded that way for world academia, and the free world will know what Canada's going through. I choose faith over fear. I don't care. God bless those who wish to speak and put their names out there and take on the system. It takes great courage, everybody. And remember, no lawyer, no judge, no nothing would come forward on freedom for all big constitutional day. America's there, Switzerland's there, Brazil's there, and many others, many others who are free and democratic countries. But not Canada, because you would never have Justin Trudeau, Jagmeet Singh, Aaron O'Toole, Maxime Bernier, or anybody else ever participate in real freedom. So all these people, and I give everybody heart that say, I'm a freedom fighter. You don't even really know what freedom is, sadly to say, because your country has none at all. We're going to go through that on World Constitution Day, and you're all going to get to hear from the real, true, free democracies, and then you decide, you the Canadian people, does what they have sound anything like what you have here in Canada, or are we just all living a big fat lie? Thank you. That's my video today. It is a full out week. I am busy. I'm going to have to limit just to the drive homes and to work every day for you, the public. Thanks, everybody. Bye now.